This segment is being brought to you by Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife.
All right, I tell you what, we welcome back, first of all, Southern Woods and Waters. We are talking about the Corps restricting fishing from a boat below a dam or in front of a dam for hundreds of yards. That is the restriction. Let me tell you, first off, Bobby and I are going to be at that meeting, and it's going to be Tuesday, January the 15th for Nashville. It will be at McGavock High School Auditorium. The McGavock High School Auditorium, that's located in Donaldson. If you know where Briley Parkway is, it's right between Briley Parkway and McGavock Pike on McGavock Pike, over there by Two Rivers Park. So you can actually see Bass Pro Shops from over there. But 6 to 8. 6 to 8. Now let me say this. Bobby and I have talked about this, and going to the core with this, their minds are kind of made up. But I think with the numbers, if we get the numbers of concerned citizens there, I don't think 100 is going to make a difference. I don't think if 100 people show up, that's not going to do it. I don't think it's going to sway their vote one way or the other. But let me tell you something. If we get 800, 900, 1,000 people there, fishermen that are concerned, I think we have a strong voice. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you, Bobby's asking you, TWRA is asking you, all your fishing friends are asking you, even my grandchildren are asking you, please take time next Tuesday, the 15th, 6 to 8. Please be at McGavock High School Auditorium. Let's show them that we do want our rights to fish and be able to fish in something that we've been able to fish since the creation of it.
Right.
Don't just keep taking things away from us. We are grown-ups. We do know what we're doing. And here, Bobby, you and I have discussed there has been 14 deaths since 1970. That is 0.35 deaths per year. There's been 881 people that have been killed in the open waters, the main part of the reservoirs. That's 22 people a year on average die in the open waters, away from the dams. Mm-hmm. My concern as a concerned citizen and a fisherman, of course, would be I want to know how I can slow that down, how I can stop that from happening. 14, 0.35 a year, every 3 years, one person's going to pass away. That's not that any of them are tolerable, mm-hmm. but I would say that my focus should be on trying to save 22 a year as opposed to a third of one a year. My main concern should be those 22. That's what I would be gearing my thoughts about. And that's what TWRA is. That's why you guys are out there every single day.
Our boating division is working on that.
And it's huge.
It's gotten better.
I've seen Alan Harrell and Markham and all of those guys out there constantly. And you're visible. And it does make a difference. Mm-hmm. And it is slowing down. It is slowing down. And thank goodness that it is. But that's where I say our focus should be. Okay? And we got Andrew, we got one. Brandon, how can we help you?
Yeah.
Randy.
First off, I think that the thing below the dams is political. But my question is, what's going to stop the Corps of Engineers from stopping all the hunting on the Corps lands if they get away with this? And I'll hang up and listen.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's my concern. Where is it going to stop, Bobby? Mm-hmm. I mean, once you give an inch, you know as well as I do, the federal government takes a mile.
I hadn't even thought about the hunting on their Corps lands.
You know, you have hunting accidents. You have people falling out of tree stands. Mm-hmm. You have shooting accidents. We've had those.
Just don't give me any ideas.
I know, but that's, it's like, where does it stop? Mm-hmm. Where does common sense have to come in and play a key role in this? Mm-hmm. And I think it's now.
Yeah.
I think we got to voice our opinions. And we got two is Jerry. Jerry, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, Hugh.
Yes, sir.
It's Jerry.
Yeah.
You answered my question about when the meeting was going to be. Another question I got is that going to restrict our fishing off the bank below the dam?
No, Jerry, it does not have anything to do with bank fishing restrictions. None whatsoever. But
except it's not going to restrict them. But if the people that normally fish in a boat below the dam want to fish below the dam, they're going to be crowding the people on the banks now.
That's
So
right.
They might interfere with their fishing some.
So I think tempers are going to rise from guys getting their lines crossed, and it could create a bigger mess than what they've been thinking. Just to say, Jerry, but Happy New Year, Jerry. We appreciate you and Miss Joyce, and we will see you soon.
I'll see you at the fishing show at the fairground.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. And Joe, how can we help you tonight?
Yeah, hey, you. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your information to all us fishermen.
You're quite
And I
welcome.
agree with everything that's been said about fishing below the dams and stuff like that. And again, I just want to encourage all the fishermen to come out to McGavick High School there on Tuesday night.
That's right.
Because we have to stand together to make sure that we have our rights to fish the waters.
That's right. And I want to stand tall, and I want to stand strong. That's the way I want to do it. And I think every fisherman should be there. If they can be there, possibly and bring the wife, bring the kids. Let's all stand up for our rights, okay? But thank you so much. And we got Jerry. Jerry, how can we help you?
Hey, you, is that me?
That's you.
Okay, hey, you. I just wanted to reiterate, I've been on hold for a little while, and you've kind of said everything that I was going to say, but we really do need to get out and be at that meeting Tuesday night at McGavick. It's 6 to 8, and it's very important. There's something weird about this whole thing. They're not really giving any good, solid reasons of why they're doing this. It's just there's some kind of political grab or something going on, but we really need to show up in big numbers. Anybody that fishes below a dam or anybody that just fishes needs to be there Tuesday night, 6 to 8 in McGavick High School. And I hope everybody will get out and have a real good show of force and stop this thing. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm going to be there with you, Jerry, that's for sure, and I appreciate you calling. And Jerry's right. It doesn't matter if you fish below the dam or on the headwaters of a dam anyway. Those are our fishing brothers and sisters that have that right. That's the ones I'm going to stand up for, too, because I like to fish there, too. But I'm saying even if I don't, even if I'm a cat fisherman or a bass fisherman or whatever, that I never fish below the dams or on the headwaters of the dam, I still owe my fellow fisherman brother and sister to stand up for their rights also. So that's what we're asking you to do, is stand up. And we have Mark. Mark, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, how you doing tonight, Hugh?
Doing great, Mark.
All right. This meeting is from 6 to 8. Is it this Tuesday?
It is Tuesday. It'll be the next Tuesday, January the 15th.
Okay, so I'm a nitro driver, and I have fished up at Old Hickory, right up in those little holes.
Yeah.
And right there about where the gates come open there.
Yeah.
And I do call in first to make sure that I know the generation timing.
Right.
Everybody should do to save more lives and get you more secure of that water, because it can get rough on you.
It can.
And those guys that was up there a year before that, they got drowned. I did know those guys. They had the boat tied up inside the hull.
You're exactly right.
Life jackets.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And they had it tied up and couldn't untie it fast enough.
Yeah, I cut the grass for one of their aunties, just senior citizen. But I was sad that happened. That was real sad. But this meeting will save lives, but it will be a threat to the refrigerator.
Well, Mark, I will say this. It's not tolerable for one life to be lost. It's not.
That's right.
Common sense, though, has to come into play. Don't you agree, Bobby?
That's right. That's right.
If you know you're going to be in turbulent water, there's some precautions that you can take. And one thing is don't depend on your trolling motor to get you out of that situation. There should be somebody close by the big motor that can get you out of a sticky situation pretty fast.
That's right. And your motor comes out on you. That could be even serious.
Well, thank you, Mark. We look forward to seeing you there. And we got Alan. Alan, how can we help you tonight?
Hey, Mr. Hugh, how you doing?
Hello, Alan Moles. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Hey, I just thought just occurred to me that maybe this might have something to do with it. Flashback just a few years when the Corps of Engineers was talking about selling some of our lakes off.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, this is more than about safety. We had over 1,000 people die on our highways this year. Yet there's seems to be no concern about that, and they're worried about 14 in 42 years. So
that's right.
There's an ulterior motive to this, and if we don't stand up and stop them, and we let the door come open, then you might as well hold on.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what Bobby's saying. We're saying the same thing as you are, Alan. If we allow this to happen without showing strength, then we're going to let them just run over us on everything. And
well, I'm lining people up to be there, so I'm going to hang up and listen to you, and I'll see you Tuesday night.
I'll see you then Tuesday night. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
And we got Caden. Caden, how can we help you tonight?
I want to know, where's the very best fishing place?
Well, now, Caden, I'd have to Bobby, you're the man.
Below the dams.
Below the dams, that's right. That's some great fishing there. But, Caden, do you fish out of a boat or do you bank fish?
We bank fish.
Where's a great place for... I like Vibrant Creek.
I was going to say that, or Stewart's Creek.
Stewart's
Priest Lake.
Creek on Percy Priest has got to be awesome.
Great bank fishing there from the pier, and they got these little piers you can go out and fish.
And there's 2 or 3 piers that you can fish off of. And then Vibrant Creek, I mean, Todd John them put some great structure in there that's just a castaway. And so I would highly recommend those 2 places, big time, for Percy Priest. Old Hickory, where would you go? If you're going to, there's one over there by the YMCA or the not youth, but the YMCA camp. There in Spencer Creek. There's some ramps there, or some little fishing piers that you can go off over there on Old Hickory. But there's one at Shoots Branch. There's a lot of structure there. If you like to do what we call perch jerking, that's a pretty good place. But I have to say, Percy Priest right now. Yeah. Old Hickory's kind of down.
I think Marrowbone Lake's a pretty good lake.
Marrowbone's awesome.
Yeah.
And so we'll do that. But thank you very much, Caden. We wish you the very best 2013. All right. Well, I tell you what, we got to do now is our tip of the week.
This week's tip of the week is being brought to you by Interstate Batteries of Music City, located at 3729 Highway 109 North in Lebanon, Tennessee, home of your alternative power source.
All right. This week's tip of the week is straight from Kevin Van Dam. I went on his website and picked up a great tip, and he's right. If you'll just think about this, he said, I match line size to the water depth in which I wish to fish. I use lighter line, 10 to 12 pound test, even 8 pound test, and go heavier as the water gets shallower. He uses the 8 and 10 when he's like in 14, 15, 16 foot range, if he sees his fish are there. And then he says, I'll go to a heavier line when in talking about fluorocarbon, and we've got great fluorocarbon. He's saying use your 8 pound test line if you're going to go into the very deeper parts of the lake, and if that's where the fish are. And if they're really shallow, go to a heavier fluorocarbon line. That's going to keep your bait in the strike zone, whether it's crappie, catfish, or bass. Is going to keep it in there a lot longer. Hey, we appreciate the tip. We can take a break right now. When we come back, Joy's got an excellent sweet tooth over there she's willing to share with you. So hurry back to more of Southern Woods and Water.
This segment is being brought to you by Advanced Chiropractic, where we help America feel great, one spine at a time.
This week's recipe of the week is being brought to you by Broker Headquarters Group. Let our team in Camo help you with all of your real estate needs.
All right, welcome back, everyone. And Joy, you've got a little sweet tooth over there, and it's called bark. But it ain't like any tree I've ever eaten now, I'm telling you. So, Joy, tell us about it, baby.
Oh, Hugh, you got it all wrong. This is medicine.
Medicine?
This is for your stomach. This makes
I wish you hadn't told me it's good for me because I just can't handle it.
Oh, it's good for you. It's good for you. And we didn't waste it. We on one of our Christmas trees at Christmas, we always put the little candy canes on there. So we took the candy canes off, and Hugh unwrapped them with our grandson, Ty, and they broke them up with a little hammer in a plastic bag.
That's right.
Peppermint's good for you. It's good for your digestion when you're opening those bills after Christmas and everything else. And it's hard. So I melted down the chocolate, which is good for girls because, you know, we just love chocolate. That's a feel-good thing. It's all. This is a healthy.
Okay.
Work with me here, Hugh.
Okay, I'm all for healthy.
So it's peppermint, your melted chocolate, just mix it together. I put it on wax paper in a pan, let it harden, break it up, and I think Bobby will tell you it's going to make him feel better because it's really good for your stomach.
It is. Peppermint is good for you.
And you know, I was glad to hear from Jerry because it was on my list right here to, I've had Jerry and Joyce on my mind, so I just wanted to say we got a sweet Christmas card from them and to say
thank you for
wish them the greatest 2013. Hopefully we'll see them Tuesday night and all of our other friends. And we've just got to get behind this. We just have to support this fishing because that's where I outdo Hugh every time. I mean, I just blow you away
She
down
just
there.
had to bring it up, didn't
It's a
she?
truth.
You just had to bring it up.
I rule below the dam.
Remember, Andrew cut her microphone off. All right. Well, great recipe. You can catch this recipe along with many, many others on our website at southernwoodsandwaters.com. Hey, look on southernwoodsandwaters.com when you go over there to get that recipe. The very front page has everything that you need to know about this Corps of Engineer proposition here. It also has the times of the meetings. And there is not only this meeting that's coming up Tuesday, they're actually having a meeting tonight in Kentucky. So you and I are kind of wanting to know how that meeting is going. I'd like to know. So it's 6 to 8 o'clock up there. Then our meeting's next at McGavock Pike.
Right.
Then they have another meeting in Cookeville. And it's going to be, I didn't bring it.
I don't know.
But you can go to my website, Southern Woods and Waters, and you will see that. If you do happen to miss this one, they could sure use your help in Cookeville. And then the last and final meeting is going to be held in Somerset, Kentucky, up there. So Kentucky and Tennessee is the two states that it's into, and we're the ones.
Both state wildlife agencies feel about the same way.
Oh, big time. Even the senators in Kentucky, I've read their letters. They are very opposed to this. Kentucky Department of Wildlife is very opposed to this.
Right.
They take in the same stand that Tennessee Wildlife Resources is and saying, you may make it, but we're not enforcing it. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's a push and shove kind of thing. But Kentucky's saying the same thing Tennessee is this is a little bit ridiculous this late in the game. And so I did contact Jim Cooper, Senator Jim Cooper, or Congressman Jim Cooper, with the issues. And Jim Cooper is fighting this. He has been fighting this from the very beginning. Marsha Blackburn, she's been fighting this from the very beginning. So these are great people for you to call their office, tell them we're supporting you, behind you 100% if you will keep our fishing open below the tailwaters and headwaters, and tell them how much you appreciate them very, very much. It doesn't matter whether you're Democrat or Republican. At this point in time, we need to all come together. We need to stand as fisher people, men and women that love to fish. Let's be there Tuesday night at McGavock Pike at McGavock High School auditorium from 6 to 8 p.m. Let's be strong and be tall and come in big numbers to where we can all stand up for our deal. And we've got, what do we have, Andrew? All right, we got a giveaway first. We have an RZ mask, and I'm going to tell you something. We have talked about these before. It's about a $30 value. These things make it nice. If you're going out there and it's a little cooler, I mean, if you go next Thursday, you're going to need this mask on the lake because it's going to be a little cool out there. These masks are great right here. You don't have to have the big helmet. You just wear the mask, pair of sunglasses. You're good to go. You keep your face warm and everything. And when you get there, you won't have those pin prickly feelings in your face. So be the fifth caller here, 737-7767. You're going to be the winner of this nice little mask. It's got a big, huge decal for you to wear on your truck. All right, we'll be right back with more of Southern Woods and Water.
This week's calendar of events is brought to you by Stand Up Jigs, where we stand up against the rest.
All right. Our congratulations to our winner tonight. It was Dennis Cannon from Smyrna, Tennessee. Dennis, you got a great package. You're going to be out there feeling warm and fuzzy when it comes to that cold weather crappie fishing. So congratulations there, Dennis. Hey, let me tell you, the one thing we have on the calendar this week is, of course, Tuesday night. 6 to 8. I can't stress it enough. We need your support. We need bodies there. We don't need to be 100 strong. We need to be 2,000 strong. Show up. All you fishermen and fisher ladies, let's show up Tuesday night, 6 to 8 o'clock, McGavock High School Auditorium. Let's stand up with TWRA because they are on our side on this matter, and let's stand with them and make a show. Okay, let's do a show, but let's handle it in a respectful manner because we are, we don't need to be showing rednecks or anything like that or bubbas. We just need to show up and be strong in numbers and stand behind what we're fighting for, and that's the right to fish below or above the dams, and that's simple. We have that's one. Then the 17th, which is the Thursday night, they're having the other meeting's going to be in Cookeville. Okay. So that's Thursday night. Then the last meeting is going to be the 24th, which is going to be at Somerset, Kentucky. So we have that. But let's try and show up Tuesday night, if at all possible. Bobby, first off, there was another deal in the meetings that y'all approved, and that was about the skipjack. Will you let everybody know about the skipjack? Because I want to know this one.
Skipjacks have been on our radar screen for about 5 or 6 years. I mean TWRA.
Right.
We've seen a decline in the numbers sometimes, but the biggest concern is that we're getting reports of folks coming in from out of state and catching them below our dams and our tailwaters and places like that, and carrying them back, they say, by the barrel load, 55-gallon drum full, and they take them back to their state and they sell them as catfish bait. They sell them for $4, $5, or $6 a piece.
And that's against the law, though.
Well, it is, but we can't enforce anything here. They don't sell them here. They go, and we don't know what they're doing there. But so to try to discourage that, and also about our concern over the skipjack population, we decided to have a creel limit on skipjacks, whether they're dead or alive.
Okay.
And so we initially proposed 50, and then we thought about 100. We ended up with 100 for now.
100 per person
100 per person per day, right.
Okay.
And that's residents or non-residents. That may discourage people driving all the way down here to get skipjack when they can only carry back 100 per day.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to thank Bobby Wilson. He is awesome. He's an awesome man over there at Tennessee Wildlife Resources. He represents it well. He is a fisherman, which makes a big difference. So he is not there to keep you from doing anything. He's to help you do more. So, Bobby, thank you so much for your role at Tennessee Wildlife Resources.
Oh, thank you.
And we appreciate it. And he's always welcome to come on the show. We got about 10 seconds left. I want to see you Tuesday night, McGavock High School Auditorium, 6 to 8. I'll stand along with you, and my family will stand along with you. We'll see you then. Till then, we'll see you next week, right here on Southern Woods and Waters.